Does the Beijing-based communist regime respect human rights? Yes or no?
Mr. Cooper, if you wish for me to answer the question,
then
I
answer.
will give you.
Hello, gang. My name's Aaron. This is Canadian Looney. Get your Canadian federal politics right here. Smash the like, hit subscribe, and check this out. Let's go.
Minister, what country is the most active perpetrator of foreign interference targeting our elections and democratic institutions?
Mr. Cooper, I think that's a question best posed to our director from CSIS.
Go ahead.
Mr. Cooper, Mr. Chair, through you, we've called out publicly in the past China, Russia, India, and others.
Thank you for that. And I would note that NSICOP in June 2024 identified the People's Republic of China as the biggest perpetrator of foreign interference, as did Madam Justice Hogue, as did CSIS as recently as July of 2025. So in the face of that, and given that we know, and this is to the Minister, that the Beijing-based communist regime has engaged in transnational repression, targeting members of Chinese diaspora communities in Canada. It is a regime that has surveilled, harassed, and intimidated members of these communities, and in doing so, it has shown no respect for Canada's sovereignty and has actively threatened the safety and security of Canadians. So, given all of that, how could the Prime Minister possibly have thought it was in Canada's interests to strike a deal to pursue cooperation with the Beijing dictatorship on matters of law enforcement? Minister?
The Prime Minister has outlined on a number of occasions, and most recently and more comprehensively in Davos. We are living in times that are unprecedented, one where Canada needs to broaden its relationships. We are the closest partner to the United States. However, we know that the situation and the trading relationship.
Minister, is the PRC a rule of law state? Is it a rule of law state?
If I may just, if you will give me the time, I will respond to your question.
No, my time is very limited, so I'm asking you, is the PRC a rule of law state? Yes or no?
So, Mr. Cooper, I think to your previous question, the Prime Minister has clearly outlined the need for us to expand trade,
I'm asking you about
with countries
pursuing
in which
cooperation on law enforcement. So, is it a rule of law state? Yes or no?
Well, Mr. Cooper,
does it have an independent judiciary? Yes or no? These are straightforward questions. Yes or no?
Mr.
Minister?
Cooper, I'm not here as a foreign policy expert, nor
Minister,
an expert on China.
It is
I'm
obvious
here
that Beijing is not a rule of law state. They don't have an independent judiciary. Do they have civilian oversight of the police in Beijing?
Mr. Cooper, to your...
Do they respect human rights? Does the Beijing-based communist regime respect human rights? Yes or no?
Mr. Cooper, if you wish for me to answer the question,
then
I will give you a proper answer. As the Prime Minister has clearly outlined, both at Davos and in many other speeches, there is a need for Canada to expand its trading partners. China is one of them.
I didn't ask you a question about trading partners. I asked
economy.
you about cooperation on matters of law enforcement.
Mr. Cooper, if I can intervene here just for a second, and we'll pause your time. This is a very serious issue, and the members have the right to be passionate about this. Just keeping in mind our interpreters, just be careful. It is your time. You are correct. Just if we could be careful of talking over one another.
So does Beijing respect human rights? Yes or no?
Mr. Cooper, what I will say is that Canada is at a crossroads right now. There's a need and an imperative for Canada to expand its trading relationships, and Canada can do both. Canada could protect and speak out on human rights at the same time.
Minister, I asked you four
trade.
questions, straightforward questions, of which the answer is no. The Beijing communist regime is not a rule of law state.
Point of order.
We'll get back to the absurdity of Canadian federal politics in a moment. Just a friendly reminder to smash the like, hit subscribe. Please leave a comment below if you have something to share. Let's get back to the nutty video.
The committee agreed. Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Chair. I want to listen to the conversation, but we can't have a conversation if we're speaking over each other. We can't even hear the answer.
There's
So
no answer.
either we have a conversation or we don't.
Thank you so much. Just reinforcing what I say, we did pause your time, Mr. Cooper, but please keep. You have 2 minutes left. Same or
Different point of order.
different point of order. Yes, go ahead.
The committee actually agreed that we would have 2 meetings on the implementation of the Foreign Influence Transparency Registry, and for that purpose, invite the Minister of Public Safety. I have a hard time understanding how Mr. Cooper's questions have anything to do with what this committee agreed to actually do.
With the greatest of respect to Mr. Wilkinson, who I have respect for, it seems that he must have missed the testimony of Mr. Tay, among others, who have been targeted by the Beijing-based communist regime. And here we have a government, your government, that is entering into cooperation on matters of law enforcement with a regime that is engaged in transnational repression, including in our elections.
I appreciate the intervention. Generally, when the minister is here, there is a latitude, but we have, Mr. Cooper is correct in terms of, I do believe this is relevant, but there is generally more latitude given. So we will, and it is delving into debate, but we will turn back to Mr. Cooper.
Chair, the PRC is not a rule of law state. They don't have an independent judiciary. They don't have civilian oversight of law enforcement. They don't respect human rights. They're actively perpetrating genocide, among other crimes against humanity. And the fact that the minister couldn't answer no to all of those questions illustrates the degree to which this government, under this prime minister, is prepared to downplay and whitewash the serious interference in human rights abuses, among other outrageous conduct by a brutal dictatorship, all in the name of his new strategic partnership with that brutal dictatorship. So, Minister, given that your government is engaging in greater cooperation or is moving in that direction with the Beijing regime on matters of law enforcement, what assurance can you provide that cooperation with Beijing will not lead to facilitating intimidation, coercion, surveillance of Canadians, particularly members of diaspora communities who are being targeted by Beijing under the guise of law enforcement?
So, Mr. Cooper, the MOU that you reference with respect to the RCMP has critical significance for Canada. As you're aware, issues around fentanyl, for example, is something that is of great interest to Canada to ensure that we curtail fentanyl and precursors in particular coming through our ports from places like China are critically important. And the MOU addresses greater cooperation with respect to law enforcement on issues of critical interest to us. The notion of our national security is again embedded.
Is that there are no safeguards.
Mr. Cooper, if you're giving me a preamble and allowing me, if it's a point of order, if I may. If you're giving me a longer preamble and not allowing me to answer the question, Mr. Cooper, that's really not constructive in a conversation as sensitive as this. Okay,
Minister.
So if you're taking time to give me a set of facts, allow me to please give you context in which I'm addressing this matter.
Minister, I appreciate you were a committee member for many years, but as a witness, you cannot raise a point of order. But that being said, we're well over 6 minutes.
Canadian federal politics are absurd. We're going to stick a fork in that video. It's over. My name's Aaron. This is Canadian Looney. Smash the like, hit subscribe. Please leave a comment below if you have something to share. Enjoy this playlist. Check out this video. We've got lots of things to watch. Aaron, Canadian Looney. We'll catch you in the next video. Thank you for watching this one. Ciao for now.